Hey guys, welcome back. Oh my God, is 2022 gonna be a design disaster? Oh, you're gonna find out right now. I've got 6 new trends we're gonna take a quick look at, and there's one at the end that I just hate, and I don't hate very much when it comes to good design. And stick with me, and I'll show you which one that is. So today we're doing something a little different. We're doing a countdown, and I'm starting with number 6 and moving down to the one I like best. All right, ready? Okay guys, number 6 is color palettes. And if you saw my trends from this year, you'll know that there was a huge shift in the color overall palette from all the paint companies. Everything moved away from those cooler grays and kind of sterile whites into something much more warm and inviting. We were all ready to kind of like get a little softer with our palettes. And this year for 22, they're gonna press that gas pedal even harder and add a little minerally note. And there's 2 main stories. Green is back in a huge way. Oh my God, every paint vendor out there has done something. I love this Farrow & Ball green. There's something from Sherwin-Williams, PPG, Dulux. Everybody has something. Some of them you'll hate. Some of them are reprises of Icky Avocado, but some of them are really quite fabulous. And I'm not a big green fan for walls, but these are really interesting and really soft, kind of a minerally note. So that's kind of fun. The second part on palettes is definitely a deep dive into kind of minerally tight jewel tones, and you can see that here. We're seeing them, they're a little bit on the flinty side, kind of a desert modern does deep turquoise, does golden emerald, those kinds of things. So it's there and they're interesting. Let me show you a couple I absolutely love. Farrow & Ball came out with this fabulous yellow called Babouche. Gotta have it somewhere. Sherwin-Williams, their evergreen fog. That's a really good looking green, and I'm not a big fan of greens. Third one, Dulux's bright blue. Oh my gosh, it is just glorious. Look at this hallway, just stunning. Gotta have that somewhere as well. Counting down to my favorite is number 5, which is curves, baby. Woo! Things are so getting curvy. Oh my gosh, look at the chairs in this room. I love this trend. It's kind of soft and sensual and definitely breaks up some of the linear lines that we've had for a long time. Look at this yummy gray sofa that's so groovy, or even this gold yellow one that's kind of a sectional but in a curve. Love it. Curves are a thing. I've even linked some of these fabulous products that I'm in love with that are also available at the club store down below as well. Love, love, love some of these. So get your curves on. Next up, number 4 is plants. Now, you're gonna say to me, we've been doing plants, but not as big as it's gonna come out in 22. Let me tell you, plants are everywhere. And why is this? Because we want to bring some of the outdoors in. We've been in a lot, and we want to appreciate kind of nature. It's one of the reasons that green as a palette color has gotten so popular as well. Look at some of these plants. They're just gorgeous. They're really major statements. So gotta have them in your space. Guys, if you want to learn more about both the trends and all things design, you gotta join the Design Club, www.thedesignClub.com. I'll see you there. Now, next up, number 3, getting up there on the list is, I'm gonna say eco-friendly, but it's also known as sustainable. And you know, this is just a good trend. I hope it stays around for a long time. Got started last year, but we're really leaning in this year. Lots of reusable, recycled materials, lots of ways to reincorporate things that have been owned before, lots of ways to keep it all sustainable. I predict this trend is sustainable. Ooh, now, we're hitting on number 2. Oh, and this is one I absolutely love as well. And it is textures, baby. Oh my gosh. And there's a reason why this is happening we'll get to next. But, oh my gosh, everything, patterns, oh, they're out the window for the time being. texture. Think leather, think wool, think plaster, think rattan, think all those different things mixed in. But the key with using textures is you always want to apply the design principle of contrast. So if you have a groovy leather sofa, make sure you've got something yummy and chunky and textural sitting right next to it, or glass tabletop. Throw something on there that's woven in straw and give it some tooth and texture and really do some contrast playing in there. It's fabulous. I love some of these images. They're amazing. So texture is the play for 22. Okay guys, so the number one trend that I'm listing that I think is going to be so huge for 22 is, are you ready? The 70s are back, baby! Now, wait, before anybody over 40 goes and pokes their eyes out with a spoon, wait for it. This reprise is a fabulous revisit of a very specific design period. Very specific. Now, the key here with this 70s reprise is you only do a little bit. You only need to reference it. If you're gonna wear bell bottoms, don't do platform shoes too. That's the same thing with your rooms, right? So, for instance, with these rooms, they've got kind of this soft, sort of 70s vibe. Things are lower. There's definitely a palette shift from the 70s, but it doesn't overtake the space. That's the key. And I love some of these looks. They're very fresh and very on trend, but they're distilled down. So think about maybe going out and getting just one chair from the 70s and reupholstering it in harvest gold, and then place that in carefully into your existing space. These kinds of things, just little drips and drabs of the reference, are going to be what makes it feel fresh and new and not just retread of the whole look from that decade. So now, are you ready for the thing I hate most? The 70s are back! I know, I sound psychotic, but the reality of it is, 70s done a la 2022 is very groovy. 70s reprised exactly like this. Really? I mean, Engelbert Humperdinck? Oh my God, this room was crazy. So there's 3 ways that you cannot reprise this. You cannot do brown and orange schemes. Oh, they were bad the first time. Let's not go there again. Do one of those 2 colors and just a little bit of it. That's all you need. Second thing, avocado green appliances or carpet. Ooh, gosh, that was never good. And then the third thing is, oh my God, really? Farrah Fawcett? No posters, guys. We can't do that. That was a bad thing from the 70s, and we're gonna leave it there. So you can do fun 70s, but you can't do those 3 things. That's the worst. So guys, to sum it up, 2022 is gonna feel a little bit like a mashup of Scandi and Desert Modern together with a little bit of a touch of the 70s thrown in. Think sexy, but with some subtlety, which is really going to be fun. It's gonna have some fresh new looks to it, and you're gonna love all of that texture. Ooh, that makes it so cozy and fun. It's gonna be a really interesting visual year. Now guys, what I want you to do is I want you to click over to right here, because I just opened the Design Club, and it's all things to all of us about design. You're gonna love it. We have so many fun people in there right now. We're having a blast. And I'll see you guys next week.